Hey YouTube, I'm back with another kombucha recipe for you. I haven't done a video in a little while making kombucha. We're living in a bachelor now, so we don't have a full kitchen. My mom was nice enough to get us a cooktop and a pot for my birthday, so I was able to play around with some recipes that we were making back in Portland, and I want to show you my latest kombucha discovery that we've really been enjoying, and that's using hibiscus flowers. Hibiscus has always been one of my favorite herbal teas, so I figured why not just combine a flavor that I really love into kombucha, and instead of using a green tea or a black tea, I'm actually using yerba mate now in my kombucha. And I've really liked yerba mate for the last few years. I love the energy that it gives you, the balance and the calm. It's not as up and down as coffee, and oftentimes I found that black tea and green tea didn't really work for me very well. It just didn't make me feel very good. But mate I really like from a flavor standpoint, what it does for the kombucha, and from an ecological standpoint, teas, green tea, white tea, black tea, the tea plant has to be grown by clear cutting a lot of land and growing that on the land and kind of deforesting that. Mate actually prevents deforestation. It has to be shade grown. So it has to be grown under the trees. You have to keep the forest intact to grow the mate. So I feel like mate is a plant that I can really get behind because it makes a delicious kombucha and it helps prevent deforestation. There's also ginger in this recipe. So it's really simple to make. All I did was take a cotton cloth, or if you have a big tea bag, you can use that too. I just used a cloth bag, a cotton bag that you could use for vegetables or produce, and I cut up fresh ginger. It's a few pieces, as much as you like. Took hibiscus, and again you can put as much as you like in there, and then I just followed the directions for brewing hot mate on here. It says 1 tablespoon for every 1 cup of liquid. I used a little bit less than that. It has a great flavor. So making kombucha yourself is really easy. All you need is a scoby, which can be grown from the little bits of kombucha, the little stringy parts that are in the bottom of the jar. If you keep a couple of those, brew some sweet tea, let it cool down to room temperature, add the kombucha that you have from there with the little stringy parts in it, it will grow to a kombucha. So that's literally how I started mine. We got a couple of bottles of kombucha that we liked. I brewed a little sweet tea, and I poured the kombucha that we had from the bottle with the stringy parts into the sweet tea, and then eventually it grows. You grow what's called a scoby, a symbiotic culture of yeast and bacteria. You get a lot of good probiotics, a lot of good bacteria, healthy for the intestinal flora, really good for digestion, really good for the stomach pH, to have a little bit before you eat, lower this pH in the stomach, help you produce good hydrochloric acid, and help you digest your food better. And so as the scoby, the cultures, eat the caffeine and the sugar found in the tea, it grows and it multiplies. So you start in a little bit, maybe like a half a gallon of tea with your kombucha there, and eventually, after months and months and months, now we're brewing in this. This holds 3.5 gallons. You get this monster scoby. This is what we're working with now, and this is, like I said, it grew from 2 bottles of kombucha that we bought at the store, and now it's grown into this huge culture of yeast and bacteria that feeds on the caffeine and the sugar, produces all the good bacteria and the good acids for us. So I've already brewed my tea. So I've got this here, and hopefully I'm not going to make a mess doing this. If I am, you can all laugh at me. You get this beautiful color from the hibiscus. Hibiscus is really high in antioxidants, and I know you hear a lot about antioxidants these days, and everybody says that everything is the highest in antioxidants, but honestly, if you just have a good mix of everything, what you want from antioxidants, they're just color pigments. They're color pigments from the sun brought into food. So you want blues, you want reds, you want purples, you want greens, and that's why they say eat the rainbow. So if you're eating a diverse variety of colorful foods, then you're going to get enough antioxidants. So I'm going to add that first. And then you need something to bring down the pH of the tea that you've brewed if you're starting this from scratch. And I haven't brewed kombucha in a little while. So usually all you would do is you would leave it a little bit full, maybe 1/6 of the way full with the previous batch of kombucha, and you would just add your tea to it, and that'll continue the brewing process. But since I haven't been able to brew it in a while, I needed something to lower the pH. You can do this with white vinegar. Luckily enough, in Southern California, there's a company that actually makes a hibiscus ferment as well, and that's called Revive Red. And this is made using organic hibiscus flowers and cultures. So I'm just going to add this to that. And you can do this as well. And like I said, that's what, if you just take a couple of bottles of previous kombucha and add it to the tea, you'll have that benefit already. So we're going to add this to there, and this will also, well, you can see that's the same beautiful red color. Add that there. And then once you have that done, you can mix it around a little bit, stir it up, and just add your scoby to it. After, I'm going to let that cool down just a little bit more, and I'm going to add my scoby. Kombucha, if you buy it in the store, you've probably seen it, and if you buy it regularly, you know it's about $4 a bottle. If you make it at home yourself, even if you're using the best ingredients you can find, it usually only costs a couple of dollars to make a gallon. So this is about 3.5 gallons. This one will cost me a little bit more because I had to start from scratch and I bought a half a gallon to start it. But this is a great gift idea. The holidays are coming up. If you want to save a little money, but you want a fun way to give somebody a really unique gift, make them kombucha and give it to them, and they can make their own kombucha. And once you have a circle of your friends all making it together, you're playing around with different recipes, you get a lot of great ideas that way. And it's a fun way to give someone a really unique gift that's also really good for them, that's also really delicious, and is very low cost. So it works out all the way around. It's a little more personal than just buying someone a Christmas present. So there's a holiday gift idea for you as well. I've got a few recipes to show you coming up. I've got some things on the way. We're going to be making a lot of different kombuchas in the very near future. I'm excited to share those recipes with you. So try this out. If you like hibiscus, if you like mate, you'll love this recipe. Add as much or as little ginger as you like. And let me know what you think. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much.